I mean, what a way to start a morning. I'm so sorry. Let me back this up a little bit. All right. Trying to get my microphone working. Last night I plugged in some gaming headphones and I left them plugged into the jack. And I'm sitting there going, why this morning is my microphone not working? Why? What's going on? And I'm throwing things across the room because there's, so far we've had lighting issues. We've had all kinds of trouble, all kinds of problems. And then I wake up. I just want to start my morning show. Andrea is in here. She's got these beautiful lights everywhere. But I'm like, these lights are not going to combat, as hard as we try. They are not going to combat the effects of a big white screen, blaring white light into my face. It's just not going to work. So the only thing to do is really to leave the screen completely black. Or I can't read super chats, but just stupid problems that I will figure out the answer to eventually. And in the meantime, I'm just not. I'm not messing around with it, Doug. I'm not messing around today.
You're not. You're serious now. You're on. This is war. This is war with that glowworm. You look like a glowworm.
I know. I'm just like. Well, I mean, Andrea got it working, so it looked pretty good. But it's so much hassle. And I've got two new lamps in here, like one big, huge diffused light lamp right behind the computer. But again, the problem is the screen is mostly white, and I'm sitting here getting annoyed. I know it's boomerism. I know it's boomerism. But I'm trying to figure out a way to turn the screen with the super chats on it to black. I want the background to be dark, like night vision, like you can do on Twitter.
You need to set up a background like the quartering has. I'm building a mini stage in my garage for the caution zone.
Well, that has nothing to do with it, Ben. It's about the light that's coming on my face. My background is gorgeous. I mean,
but it's better, with the black. You can control the light, like Doug was saying, like a key light. You can set up a front light for you and a back light for the background.
I don't know. I think I don't know. Everyone likes sober Doug. Let's talk about. Hey Ben, you weren't here last night. Towards the end of the night.
Yeah, I saw part of it, and then I was about 3 or 4 or 5, maybe 12 drinks in. I was about 12 drinks in. I'll be honest. So yeah, I crashed. I told Nasser, I was like, I'm off. But yeah, tell me about it. Tell me about the rest of it.
All right. So here's what happened last night. First of all, here's what happened yesterday, and thank you to everyone who's in the chat who's putting up with this right now. I do appreciate you for coming back. All right. So here's what happened. Yesterday, a fellow named Will Callaghan. And Will Callaghan is a conservative. He's very Christian. He was recently kind of embroiled in a controversy where, I don't know, he said something about transgender people. It cost him his job. And then Vox Day picked him up and crowdfunded with him. Kickstarted a book. I think it raised like $80,000. And he hasn't delivered that book yet.
Oh.
Anyway, I don't want to say I have no interest in working with them, but I don't want that controversy. I don't want people who mouth off about transgender people and LGBT. Don't bring that trouble here. You know what I mean? That's not what my crowd, my little circle is about anyway. I can't. I don't want to have to. We're busy creating comics. We don't want to have to talk about social issues.
And it's open for all. Open for all.
Correct. So I've been hesitant to sort of talk to Will Callaghan. And sure enough, like he hasn't done that first Kickstarter trade yesterday and the day before on Twitter about how Comicsgate has left him behind. He actually what he said was, I am not related to Comicsgate. Stop saying that I'm Comicsgate. I have nothing to do with them. And by the way, why isn't Comicsgate helping me? And to which Mike, that's bait. I mean, that is really frustrating. Like his whole argument was, hey, you're Christian, you should be helping me, but don't call me Comicsgate. And I just went, I saw that and I went, that's bait. I'm not getting involved in that. That is a whole thing where it's like you want to like straighten someone out. You know what I mean? And right. Then the other half of this is he's a veteran. People say he's suffering from PTSD. That's all like, seriously, that's all stuff to be considered. But what you're saying is completely, aholic. I mean, it's really, frustrating. It's very, very frustrating and very, what would you say? Irritating, exasperating.
Yeah.
There's still people lost in that fake stream. Bring them over here. Sorry.
You can't close that stream down. You can't.
I don't know if I can. Let me see if I can.
I'm pretty sure it is closed.
Yeah, I think it's closed.
Oh, by the way, hi Nasser. Good to see you.
Morning.
Morning.
Nice to have you here. Nasser was here most of the night. You were here the whole night, weren't you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was there the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to sleep right after. I was exhausted.
Yeah, it was it was something else. All right, hang on a second. So I'm gonna delete this. They're trying to upload that little stream, and I'm just gonna make it disappear, which is gonna say, what happened to the morning show? I'm gonna get a lot of people asking where it went. Well, there was nothing there. You're not missing anything. It was a quick glimpse of me looking blue and frustrated as I tried to figure out what was wrong with my mic. And that didn't take long. I'm getting better at this. I'm getting better. But anyway, so Mike Miller, who is not with us right now, I guess he's sleeping in. He stayed up all night. Mike Miller decided to engage Will Callaghan all day long. Now, this is something you learn pretty quickly. It's like when you see this kind of thing going on Twitter, basically you are going to be putting on a show. If you get involved, you can get in a long argument with people like this that's public, and God forbid you say something that goes over the wrong way, because you're going to be beaten with that forever, and it's a waste of time. You really should be drawing or doing anything more productive than arguing with somebody who clearly doesn't make any sense on Twitter. Now, at this point, my Twitter is I get in, I get out. I make my point. I'm not arguing with you back. It's like, no. I'm saying what I want to say, and then I'm that's it. That's the end of that. But Mike decided to engage him all day long. Now, in the meantime, we kind of have a private room where we organize these morning shows and the Comicsgate Live. So it's like there are about 30 people in there, and I'll put the link in there. I'll say, hey, we're going to go live. Here's the link. Anybody who wants to join. And that's how these gentlemen showed up. They chose to click that link. Also discussions can happen about what's going on in Twitter in this little private room. And people were saying, Will is very upset, but look, he's got problems, etc. So don't engage. And okay, all right, that's fine. I just wanted to publicly say this person Will was very vague, and he was kind of saying, hey, there's someone high up, quote unquote, high up in Comicsgate who is gatekeeping me out of Comicsgate because he's saying that you need to bend the knee in order to get Comicsgate support. Now, I can't have that being said about me. So I asked Will to clarify that the person who was higher up in Comicsgate was not me myself. He was quick to do so, and also to curse my name for ignoring him. And I said, I'm outie. Goodbye. So it turns out that it's Mike. Obviously, Mike's arguing all day long. Last night we get on, and of course we're talking about the Will Callaghan thing, and we had some disagreement, didn't we, Doug? We had disagreement about what to do. What should have been done.
Yeah.
In that situation. So, Doug, what was your opinion of what happened yesterday? Like,
sure,
before our conversation.
Yeah, and just so you guys know, I didn't know anything about Will Callaghan before the whole thing started. I know him through Mike Miller. So Mike Miller's an old friend of mine, and I heard people all talking about this Callaghan guy, and I saw Mike and he in a prolonged argument on Twitter, and I go, man, this guy must be a real piece of crap. So I'm like you, I'm going, the things he's saying is he just sounds off, or he's really angry. He was saying things like you're not to Mike, like you're not a Christian brother. To me, to deny someone else's relationship with Christ is something, I mean, I don't even do that to Obama when he says he's a Christian. I don't go, well, you're not a Christian. I know your heart. Right. I just don't think that's a place. It's not my place to judge, right? Yeah. But if someone says I'm a Christian, then I give him the benefit of the doubt. So Callaghan was calling out Mike, saying like, you're not a follower of Christ, and he was saying that about a number of people. I'm just going like, that's psycho. So out of curiosity, I went to his actual Indiegogo campaign, and I looked at his video. And when he's talking, it is obvious he's a mentally impaired person. Like he is injured. So it's no different than seeing a homeless guy saying the N-word, and then you're going to go try to confront him and say,
that's not right. Yeah.
That is a racist term, and we don't use that word. You know what I mean? It's like, why are you treating this person like they're going to engage you? And that's what I saw Mike do. I'm going, Mike, like this guy is, and he's not just impaired. He has post-traumatic stress disorder. At least that's what he claims, that he's disabled. And now you're going after a disabled veteran who got that way because he served our country. That guy gets it's an automatic pass, and all of the things he says has to be put in that context first. So even if he's coming after you and saying creepy things, or coming after me, or coming after Comicsgate, it does not count in my books. He's impaired.
Right.
So I funded his campaign and put a little Comicsgate next to my name so that he saw that someone from our movement supported him as a vet. I want his book to fund, and I happen to know people on his book. Ben Herrera is one of the artists, and I love that guy's art. So I'm going, yeah, this is going to be a good book. This guy's a disabled vet. We as Ben says, we punch up, not down. So I'm just giving the guy an applause, saying, I hope your book succeeds. That's all. And I'm not trying to make a statement to anyone who doesn't want to fund his book. It's like, we're all about freedom. It's like, do what you want. I'm not going to come after you. Do what you want. Right. But then this is what got me is I was largely trolling Mike, screwing around, right? Like saying, I'm going to make you cry. And he accidentally took the Lord's name in vain in front of his kids.
What did he say? Do you remember how he took the Lord's name in vain?
He said, God damn. And that's just a phrase that he does not utter.
Right.
And it was in front of his kid. And then he started breaking up and crying. I've made fun of him so much for crying.
Yeah.
But I started feeling really bad because he was seriously, I like trolling people. I don't like seriously upsetting a brother. You know what I mean? So I apologized to him. And then I watched my subscribers starting to dip. And you know me, I'm just trying to get a bunch of subscribers. And they went down by not many. It's like 30, out of 2,900. And my Indiegogo went down by like 200 bucks. Like I lost backers. That bugs me even more because I'm defending a disabled vet. And I became the heel last night because I was ripping on Mike. And just to make sure with Mike, I texted him and said, hey, I just want to let you know, I hope we're cool. You're my brother. He goes, oh, no problem. So he and I are fine, but it was just, I thought it was kind of funny.
It was, first of all, there was no, about Mike crying. Mike was crying because Mike's got a lot of stress right now. And he's, I think he
personally needs the money and personally needs help. So I don't.
Yeah. So the Will Callaghan situation, again, there's no easy answer about that because, you want to give him money, but then he's being really provocative and rude and cruel. And you can't fund his book. You can't do that. You can do it as long as you're going to throw the money away.
So I got a couple. So I know Will a little bit. I started talking with him April 8th. Is when I first had my first interaction with him. We agreed on some of the pretty destructive things that were coming out of Image that that was upsetting, and we started talking. So going back from I'm going through my info. Going back from April 8th, the conversation led into the military. I'm a Army veteran as well. My father was also in the Gulf War.
Thank you for your service.
Well, thank you. I was a computer coder in a warehouse. So Richard's really the hero.
Hey, I don't care if you were an accountant for the cafeteria. You served. I didn't.
Well, I promise you, everybody got their gear on time.
Yeah.
I was in. But anyway, my point is that so he's been attacked very much for quite a long time about his faith as well. Christian bigotry at its finest. And he goes out and engages like we talk about punching up and blocking down, but the interact what I had understood in writing was that he was working with Antarctic Press. Now I didn't have Cautionary Comics. Cautionary Comics is B. Hennessy. It's my ideas and my stories I'm trying to get out right now. I'll try to help people, right? Just like Ethan does. I'll try to help, but right now Ethan's focused on getting out Cyberfrog, right? That's what we're doing as creators.
Yeah.
So when he told me about his problems, I put him in touch with the Wounded Warrior program at Jacksonville, Florida. I've been working with them for 15 years. I don't know what happens from there, but I was hurt by these attacks. I'm Comicsgate Alliance, right? I take it personally when anybody says that Comicsgate is a racist or a phobic of something. They're talking about me personally and my business. So, I don't understand. The last interaction that we had was, thanks, man. Same for you. Take care. You too, bro. I would have I thought they were going to Antarctic. Nobody asked me anything. But like you all say, you got to have your own social media presence. You got to push your own stuff. That's it. So I thank him for his service. I hope he's got help. I would appreciate the slander, the lies about Comicsgate from anyone. I don't care if you're a veteran. I don't care if you're a liberal. To stop. It just needs to stop.
Do you care if they're disabled?
Hey, listen. If it's some mental problem,
it's obviously a mental problem.
I don't think so. I think.
Let's make a delineation between the mental problem that all SJWs have and then actual mental illness. First of all, because those mentally disabled.
If somebody thought I was a giant rabbit and they were yelling at me because they mentally thought I was a giant rabbit, maybe I'd let that one slide.
I know that's how I saw it. I'm putting in context. Look, if the guy is totally present of mind 100%, and I think it's pretty obvious that he doesn't talk like it.
Are we all present of mind 100%? I think I've had very clear and articulate conversations over a period of 2 months.
Look at his Twitter. Look at the Twitter talk and look at his video. I'm telling you, it is obvious.
I have not seen the video.
Yeah, go watch it, and you tell me if he's this is a PTSD guy who's disabled who's just trying to make. That's my opinion.
Let's all be kind to each other here through this because everybody has different opinions, and I think it's more complicated than one person's right and one person's wrong. I don't know. I don't even know where I stand on this, honestly. Let me read a couple of stats. Everybody cool for a second. Tony Clark, €2. Hey, there's people still lost in that fake stream. Hopefully they found their way out. Lightest Night, $2. Hey, Boomer. Hey, Boomer, Uncle Caesar. Interesting 5 minutes. Sorry, guys. I feel like I should be past that by now. Chuck Miller, $5. That Umbrella Guy did a video about Richard Pace calling Comicsgate a scam. Ooh, I tweeted out about Richard Pace, guys.
Really?
Yeah, I did. I sent out Look, Richard Pace is an ex-friend of mine. He's a clown. He's a very silly Canadian guy. Richard Pace basically said, when did he become such an SJW? He said, I'm done. That's an SJW thing. I'm done dealing with people disingenuously asking for proof. If Comicsgate with a K isn't a hate group, start proving it. Eject the racists and bigots. Repudiate the homophobes and sexists. Choose positive leaders without a history of bullying. They have me. It's on you. And I just said, hey, quick. Someone get Richard Pace a paying job so he can stop flailing around like a nincompoop trying to impress the degenerates. That's shots fired, Richard. By the way, nincompoop, it's time to start bringing that word back. What do you think of that?
It is. And I replied to that one as well because I think that was directed at me. Ooh, quiet, Thor. Because I replied to that as well. Because I've offered $1,000, buddy.
And I've matched it. And I offer another 1,000.
And Nasser, my boy, you and me forever, Nasser. He comes on Facebook, right? Because I'm I forget who the lady I was fighting with.
I think it was that Susan Auger or something like this.
Oh God, yeah.
He's on Facebook arguing, and saying, hey, all these homophobic attacks against us, right? Just follow your own rules. All bigotry is bad. Will you denounce this, right? Or are you going to keep attacking me and my family and my business? So, they just, diminish it. I'm like, okay, well, go ahead, attack the white guy, right? That's all in fashion, you bigot. But why do you attack Nasser? Why do you attack Nasser?
Yeah, leave Nasser alone.
That's what I said. You should read it on Facebook. I said, leave him the fuck alone. And, Nasser pops in and says, I'll match you another $1,000 on top of B. Hennessy's $1,000 for a legally admissible proof of all the bullshit lies that Bill, whatever the hell his name is, and Pace and Jamal Eigel and Eric Larson and all these people that have lied about me and my business. Prove it. But no, they can't. And Nasser, guts of steel, you are going to go far anything you want to do in life. A lot of people don't have that gumption, man. I'm proud of you. I'm proud to call you a friend.
Thanks.
The umbrella guy's here. That umbrella guy.
Yeah, I heard my name. I was like, hey, I got to get in here.
Come on in.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to do anything with Doug there. Hey, it's good to see you, man. I've been enjoying watching all your stuff as it grows. I've just not had a chance to get in anything with you lately.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, we'll get you in.
Yeah, Richard Pace. I think a lot of these people, though, I mean, you're talking about people that have been irrelevant for the most part, and now, they talk about riding coattails all the time, and I see them riding the coattails of someone like you guys. I mean, you are making real money, and these guys, they want to be the anti that and hope they can make money off of it too. That's what it looks.
There's no SJWs don't have any money. I mean, if you're really doing this for the cause, I mean, good for you. You sound like an idiot, Richard. You sound like a nut. And I know you, and you sound like a nut. Okay, you sound dumb. But good luck to you. I mean, here's the thing. Go find something to do. I understand. Work has dried up out there. It's really, really tough to find a job. I see Richard getting on to kind of vertigo projects, which is like hanging on to
Did you cut off?
Yeah, I think he cut off.
Yeah, he cut off for me there.
Where are you?
I had a lot of interaction with him. I thought he was
so quick.
I didn't. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I thought
Boomer equipment troubles.
Who, me?
Is this you? Yeah, you were just out. You just cut out.
Nobody heard you, man.
Oh, are you? What the hell? All right. Yeah. I don't know what's going on now.
Yeah, now we can hear you.
It was like serving Richard Pace, I think Richard, he combined all of his money and energy into one shot. He was like, that's it.
He did. He took me right out. Unbelievable. Well, no, what I'm saying is Richard Pace, like he's getting work at Vertigo, so that's interesting. Vertigo is, listen, the sales are not so good on most Vertigo books, and they get canceled very quickly. They exist in the hopes that they're going to become a TV show or a movie. Most of them don't, obviously. So they go bye-bye. He's there. So, the best thing to do, I suppose, from his point of view, is to join this crowd, this parade of people, hoping to get noticed, to become kind of, notorious for fighting Comicsgate. And then maybe you're going to get work from some of these. Maybe you're going to get people looking your way. Well, that's not how DC Comics works. DC Comics actually doesn't like this kind of, nonsense, this buffoonery, this ball sackery behavior on Twitter. They don't like it. So what'll probably happen is you are going to not get work, but you will get to be in the secret, Facebook rooms and the
secret rooms. Discord servers.
Yeah, you can be involved in that. I mean, good, but you're not going to get out of financial trouble that way.
I talked to him a lot. We went back and forth. We had negative interactions, and then I didn't feel he was an SJW. I thought he said I'm a classical liberal, which I'm a libertarian. He said I'm a classical liberal, middle of the road guy. He said I'm warning you that Richard and Ethan are everything, Nazi, racist, whatever you all are.
He knows better than that.
Was that Richard insulted a lady, that young lady Heather, and never apologized. What would I do if somebody called my daughter a cum dumpster? I said I would call the man and we would have an interaction.
Yeah. What would happen if your daughter, as it turned out, was all over the internet calling somebody a Nazi, a KKK guy, doxing him, harassing him, finding out his place of work and trying to get him fired, punished, all of those things. If some guy called your daughter a filthy word in response to being treated that way, what would you say then?
Here's what I'd say. I'd say that man has now apologized. apologized in a video, which is what they were demanding have happened. It's happened at Richard Pace. So now I demand Eric Larson apologize to me for insulting my family. I demand that guy Bill, how do you pronounce his last name? Whatever.
Sienkiewicz.
Yeah. To apologize to me for trying to damage my business. I demand Mark Wade, who lied about people, now apologize. If we want apologies, then I know Ethan doesn't want one, but I do.
I want some fucking apology. Get away. Get these people away from me. I don't want to hear from them, you know, and I know I'm going to. I know I'm going to.
People talk about family. I just saw yesterday Richard Pace railing about Yellow Flash decided he would cut up a comic with a knife. Oh my God. So they're going to talk about his family. Oh, is his family safe? I thought,
wow.
Terrible people, man.
Hey, let me tell you what I'm doing, guys. You guys tell me. I am taking comic books. I've gotten a bunch now. I'm taking them to the range and I'm shooting them.
Oh my goodness!
Why not? It's fun. I need target practice. I'm not going to take the paper, and that's a waste of paper. So I might as well get something useful out.
You better shoot it. It better be an assault weapon. I'm just saying.
Oh, I have plenty. I have Desert Eagles, assault weapons. Hey,
I just got my first apology. Gola82 says, "I'm sorry, Ethan. I'm sorry. You're a crazy old man." Me too. Believe me. Me too. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. Are you going to be doing a video about Richard Pace, that umbrella guy that we can check out? I know you've been kind of following.
I did one on his Kickstarter just today, but I'm going to do something. I'm waiting for him to die down just a little bit. Yeah, I've got a lot of stuff set up. I'm waiting for him, like I said, to finally finish this last round. You know, they basically go in rounds of whatever the topic is. I want them to finish their last topic, and then I'm going to do a really in-depth one on him. It'll be a lot of fun.
Wait a second. What's up with the Kickstarter story? What happened there?
He ran a Kickstarter. Actually, okay, there are a lot of them. Here's your favorite admirer, Sandwich Boy, always begging for a sandwich. Did you know he also has a Kickstarter that is a fraud he never delivered on?
I didn't know that. That's
I didn't either. I didn't know that either. But
no, I did know that. I did know that because hey Cecil, how you doing? Good to have you here. I did know that because I actually offered a job to the person who drew that story and was never paid.
I saw Tracy Shepard's thing on that. See, I missed that part of it. But Richard Pace had one that was supposed to be delivered in 2014. He had a period of no updates, nothing, the way they typically do, until he started getting flack from Comicsgate about different things. Then he suddenly talked to the people and started promising them delivery around March. And of course, nothing's happened then. But he had a project, just like B. Claymore and so many other people that come out and are very vocal. They have projects, they just didn't do anything with them. Unlike you guys, that's what I keep saying. We knew the people that have a reputation. You've built a reputation on something. All of you guys have built reputations, and these people, they want to focus on you and project who they really are onto other people. It's fascinating.
Onto someone else. Okay. Yeah.
That was me. Sorry.
That's okay. So we're happy to have you here.
I'm here to check on. I'm keeping Doug in check, keeping his pomposity in check.
Okay, all right. Let's get back to that.
Cecil's my chaperone.
The umbrella.
Yeah, I know. I jumped on because Ben just told you a story, and he's like, "No, I spoke to the guy for 2 months, and he seemed very lucid." And you just go, "Yeah, look at the video. He's crazy." It's like you just dismiss people out of hand. You don't even give.
Yeah. I'm telling you, my opinion is that the context is.
We know your opinion. You've given it 50 times.
And I'll give it 50 more. I'll give it 50 more times because the guy he's disabled. I'm telling you, that's the context.
You're disabled.
Or I'm saying that's the context that I'm operating in. So at least it makes my actions make sense that I would fund the guy. I'm throwing him a bone. If the guy is sane and he's saying these things, then you treat him that way. Then you.
All right. So you made a big show of it. You gave him money. You let everybody know. We all know now.
It's not a show. It's just something I do. I fund all kinds of comics. I fund all kinds of these things. Every comic skater I fund. And
but Mike knows him well, right? So Mike got into an argument that I trust Mike's judgment on the guy's mental state. If he felt he could argue with him, he argued with him. Ben said the guy seemed a little bit okay to him. He had 2 months of interaction. And you're like, no, his video was a little weird, so he's crazy.
I think he's in distress. I think he's in distress. I think is the best way to define the situation.
Yeah. But to be fair with Doug, actually, I was listening to one of your live streams the other day, and you were talking about, hey, I own things from all types of people. I own it from all types. I try to back people, and I think that's a reflection of who you are.
I'm a huge fan of the arts, guys. I love comics too much. I love people too much. I don't get all of this. You know what? The comic skaters are acting like SJWs. If we start making hit lists and going, this guy's in, this guy's out. Guys, what are we going to do with this guy?
He made
this
the
guy.
hit
We got
list.
to jump on him. That's what SJWs do.
You're right.
That guy made the hit list, though. Doug, he's the one who came out swinging, saying, "Hey, guess what? I'm not associated with these guys. I want nothing to do with them. Oh, by the way, Mike, can you endorse me?"
Yeah, because he's impaired.
I felt offended by that as well. The last interaction I had was "Take care, brother," and I'm not Christian. I'm agnostic, so you could call me, whatever his religious thing is. My thing was that he was just a comic pro that didn't like all these attacks and all these bad stories, and he reached out to me thinking I had a bigger company than I do right now. Okay, and I'm sorry I couldn't help him. This was before even Rabbit. Anyway. So, however, I think he's in distress in many ways, financially, health-wise. I don't think social media is good for anybody. It's not good for me. I don't like Twitter, really. And many times I sit back and think, man, I'm really glad I found y'all. But sometimes I think back and I'm like, wow, just a year ago, my life was more peaceful.
Yeah.
Without Twitter.
Well, you don't have to be associated with Comicsgate, but when you put out I'm not these guys, then they get into the why, and then all of that. I mean, as a brand, you all represent brands. I'm just a guy that's out here talking as a consumer. I, as a consumer, see that, and I say my automatic reaction is, well, screw you then, and that's not good. I don't look at the why. I don't look at the wherefore.
Well, let's remember one thing about Comicsgate, and I don't want to virtue signal at all, because I think people are. First of all, some people are under the impression that Comicsgate is right here on this channel. And therefore, if you're not included, if you're not a regular guest on Comic Artist Pro Secrets, you're not in Comicsgate. You're being excluded.
Ridiculous.
That's a misapprehension. I would like it if that went away. This is just a show. This is just, it's fun if you can get on it, and if you're entertaining, that's cool. If you can make the show more fun for people to watch. But this is not Comicsgate. This is just some comic skaters talking. So there's that. The other thing is Comicsgate really is kind of about helping out comics professionals who are in, I'll say distress, even though I think that's overstating it. Comic skaters who are finding it difficult to find employment in mainstream comics because of their politics, but who do also align. Usually those politics will align with ours, in terms of, hey, these SJWs are basically destroying. They're like locusts. They're destroying the comic book industry and making it very, very difficult for people who are, to the right of them to find work. So we want to actually kind of be mindful of the fact that people who do find themselves in situations where they are unemployable or unemployed are going to have a little bit more piss and vinegar to them than people who are happily employed and easily still find work. So we have to be conscious of that, help these people kind of get back on their feet again so that they're competent, creative, healthy, all these things. Now, this particular guy is really complicated, and I don't know where where I even fall in this case, because if it were just one of these 15 problems, or if it were just 14 of these 15 problems, I would be like, oh yeah, bring him aboard. But it's the totality of it all. It's the fact that he's got an unfulfilled Kickstarter. That just kills it right there for me. It just kills it. It makes it from me saying, hey, come over here and we'll get your career back started again, to, all right, maybe you're a case for charity. Like, maybe we're going to help you out of the goodness of our hearts. But it isn't going to be about funding your comic, because we have a responsibility to our viewers. We have a responsibility to our viewers, who some of them are backers and who are backing these projects in trust. So I can't knowingly promote him in any way, knowing that he has unfulfilled Kickstarters. Can't do it. I wouldn't promote Richard Pace. I wouldn't promote Kieran Chiak. for the same reasons. Or who else?
I
You play
would not
more.
have let Rick Pace put a print in my Ravage Indiegogo if I knew that there was a unfulfilled, stolen lot of money out there
Yeah.
before this.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem. I wouldn't even say stolen. I would just say, look, here's the thing. Like these things are like a sacred trust. I have a bank account right now. It's a business account with almost $500,000 in it. After they took all the money out, after they took their Kickstarter fees, we almost cleared $500,000. That money is going to sit there. The only money that's come out of there is paying Kyle Ritter. We just cut Kyle another check for 10 pages that he just turned in, and Kyle's having a great time. Like we're not going to touch that money in any way until everything's finished. What is that? What is the? I hear a child.
Not mine.
Nah, sir.
Did one
No,
of
I
Mike's
think it was
kids
Cecil.
escape into somebody else's chat?
Yeah, and Ethan, we're gonna, we all handle our business correctly, right? We have a term of service where if you're going to, we say we're going to do it by the end of the year, you get it by the end of the year. After 5 years,
That's messed up. That's messed up.
Actually, that is a good point with all of with talking about, the smaller, however you label, smaller indie projects out there, being very careful about saying, hey, we fully endorse this. And then, that hurts a lot. It hurts we already have problems with major label names coming out and not delivering. Comic book consumers are wanting to walk away from it. And,
we can't,
a lot of us are looking to you guys.
This isn't sustainable. I mean, if people don't deliver, then this just isn't gonna work out. So we do have to be careful who we associate with. And I trust everybody, from my perspective, from, my instincts, I trust everybody that we're backing right now, everybody that we're supporting. Everybody's going to do just fine. And if they have trouble, we all need to get together and figure out how we can help them. This guy in particular, I feel for him. I think, Doug's instincts are correct in that, look, the guy is probably ill and troubled, and hey man, this is a guy that probably needs our help.
And he's been hit by the exact same people we've been hit by.
Of course.
He is not on their side running around being an SJW. He's a fellow conservative, a fellow Christian, a fellow disabled vet.
Right.
And he got hit. So to me, he's like an honorary Comicsgate member. And I don't care if he is internally programmed to make fun of it and work against it. I'm bigger than that.
I know, but you can't he's not Comicsgate because he's specifically saying, I don't want to be associated with Comicsgate. If you don't ascribe to what we believe in, then you're not Comicsgate. It's not about like, hey, you're conservative, so you're under this umbrella. Like if you don't feel like we feel about the way comics are going and what's good for comics, you're just not Comicsgate.
I just got it because I don't sit here and wake up every morning and make every decision based on whether if I'm a Comicsgater or not. I just go, hey, good book. Yeah, I'm going to fund it. I'm going to back you up. And I want him to know that I'm a Comicsgater. I want him to know.
Yeah, sure.
So just to say, look, this is how I punch up. Is I'm supporting your book. I'm doing it as a Comicsgater, and I'm an independent guy. I think for myself, and I wear the name Comicsgater very carefully and as best I can. I want to represent us well, and I hope the guy succeeds. That's all. I saw how little money he had for a good book. And my understanding is, by the way, on his not delivering on the last book was Vox Day got the money. And so it's not like he got the money and didn't return it. Vox Day got the money. And Vox Day.
His work? Did he complete the work he was supposed to do?
No, not that I know of.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know. I'm not a fence sitter at all. Like I'm somebody who will usually come down hard on my opinion. But I just feel like this is way too complicated.
Yeah. You think he'd tarnish the reputation if you got in? In there. Yeah.
Definitely.
I do think though, like when people come out and say things like, "Hey, I'm not a Comicsgater." Remember, a lot of us did not. We are Comicsgaters simply because we talked about a problem with an industry, and other people they tried to label us. It's the comic version of the N word is what they tried to create, and we took it away from them. We said no, that's our word now. But so when you come at us like that, you're labeling a lot of comic consumers. I mean, there are a lot of people out there that if you're saying you're not one of that, that's fine. But if you make public declarations like that, it comes off as a slight. So.
It was an absolute slight, and that's listen. I know Doug is a good guy, and I know he came from a good place with his interaction. But you have to also listen to people that interacted with that guy and know him a little bit better than you. And if they have a different opinion, you can't just dismiss it out of hand like, "Oh no, you're wrong, I'm right." I think I think Ben and Mike have experience with this guy, and they said, "Hey, no, I look at it this way," and I just thought you were being very dismissive. But I know you came from a good place.
And I'm not that flip about dismissing people. I thought about it a lot and just said, no, my opinion is still there wrong. I'm just going with my gut.
I haven't seen this video, and I haven't put that much thought in it to be God's honest truth. I've been worried about, but 2 points that you guys make up, it might be a good thing that we do donations as Comicsgate Alliance. We all kick in, and if we see somebody, okay, you don't want to be labeled as Comicsgate. I've just had 2 good friends drop me because of Comicsgate, right? Projects and other things. That's fine.
I've had hundreds of friends drop me because of Comicsgate. So I don't need to give my bona fides here as far as my.
But I feel your pain a little bit, right? But fuck them. So, but I think we should maybe do a press release as Comicsgate Alliance. I think maybe we should do donations as a group, right? We're a collective. Maybe
I'll toss them $20, but I'm
That's not a bad idea, Ben.
What's that?
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah. But not only have I lost friends because of Comicsgate, now I've lost some Comicsgate subscribers because of my values, and I'm at peace with that too. I'm not here to virtue signal anybody.
Doug, you got to go your own way, and don't listen to the crowd. We can work this out. We can all kind of disagree about things and still be family. And that's I like that. I like that we're not a hive mind. I like that we are individuals. And Cecil, I like Cecil coming out and just being like, "No, you're wrong." I like that. And I like you sticking to your guns and making an argument.
Yeah, Cecil knows me well enough. I don't sit here and say, "Hey, let's do a hit job on Cecil now. Let's get him." Or Mike. I absolutely not.
You couldn't pull a hit job on me.
I was about to say I would like to try to do one on Cecil, just so he could roast me, I guess.
Cecil, are you really mad?
No, I had a lot of experience with evangelicals talking down to me as a youth. So Doug hits a few nerves in me.
I've had a lot of experience with flaming liberals coming after me and my evangelicalism too. So. You know what I mean?
Well, you sound like a crybaby right now.
What about you? You just now said I've had a lot of evangelicals. So are you being a crybaby against?
You're using the same insult I use. That's very unoriginal.
Yeah, I'm saying I can empathize with you. I get what it's like when the other side hits you. I'm having agreement, Cecil.
I know. I'm fucking with you.
Okay, good.
Cecil.
Totally allowed. Totally allowed.
I was like, damn, what is going on?
I'm going to start crying. I'm going to start crying in a minute.
Oh my God. All right. Look, Forge, $2. Hey, Doug, I backed Bigfoot Bill. Thank you for Earthworm Joe. Evan James, $1.99. Soy nipple is changing the narrative. No, dude. So you're being called soy nipple now, Doug.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I got a lot of soy last night. Everyone's going like, "You're a soy boy."
Soy.
Yeah.
I don't think you're soy at all. Tony Clark.
You're not soy.
You're soy adjacent.
Soy adjacent, possibly, but he's not soy. He might be.
I might be almond milk, but I'm not soy.
Almond milk, yeah.
Okay, I'll go with that.
Tony Clark, €5. The currents of dark side are flowing strong now. The trolling will be great soon. Let it simmer and explode. This kind of drama is fun. I'm sorry. It's good to disagree and fight.
It's good entertainment is how I see it.
Alex G, thanks for $5. Uncle E, been off the crust long enough. He identifies as non-binary. 15 days.
Who wrote that? That was punny.
That was Alex G. Yeah, I agree. That was great. Tony Clark, €2. He could have called her soy boy cock holster. Is it cock holster? I know. These filthy words. It's like people are using words now, like degenerate words out of like Hustler magazine in 1972. Just disgusting, dirty. I hated Richard Pace. I hated Richard C. Meyer calling her a cum dumpster. It's such an ugly, disgusting
That's
face.
gross. That crosses a line.
Yeah, it's just.
And I'm glad he apologized.
You know what it's like too? It's I have two boys and two girls, and I teach my boys you never hit a girl, and my girls knew that, and they went up and they hit my son,
right?
And he wanted to hit her back, and he came back to me. He goes, "Can I hit her back?" I said, "You never hit her back. You can't. Like, there's got to be something else you can do, but you cannot hit her back."
But you can get your 6 foot tall big sister to beat the hell out of her.
Yeah.
But you can't call her a name, which is what he did. He didn't hit her. He called her a filthy name.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's the thing with cum dumpster. You don't ever call a woman that. It's not okay. I don't care. I don't care what she did. I don't care if she did. And her calling you a Nazi is not justification.
No. Well, look.
Didn't she dox him?
Yeah, she did a lot of things.
She tried to dox him. She called him part of the KKK and part of the show.
I mean, I don't agree that verbal like that is the same as assault at all. She was going after him for a long time, and he said an off-colored word.
Well, he said it in private to his
in a
friend.
private chat also.
Oh yeah, that's different too. If he's saying it private in a chat, that's different. And didn't he apologize?
Yeah, he apologized.
He apologized, so it's done. It's gone. I don't hold a guy guilty for what he apologizes for.
I agree. So now the people that demanded me, the people that said the only close to proof, and a lot of people were coming after that $1,000 for a while, right? When I dangled cash out there, I said $1,000 for proof of what they say about Ethan, Richard, all the main names at the time. This was like a year ago, maybe almost 2 year and a half ago. The worst that I ever got was that cum dumpster. My CEO is an African American.
I don't like it. I just don't like it. I'm sorry. It's just stupid.
I don't either, but that is not enough in the context of all the facts that this over 18 woman
was a bad idea.
Okay, so what? Okay, then it was
not a good idea.
It was a bad idea. It was a bad idea.
Oh my God! Richard, like he always sends me messages and he declares what he's going to do. And I remember him declaring that he's going to do this dark roast. And I said, but why? He's like, well, I'm going to say things that and I had no idea what he's talking about. It's like, what do you know that you're going to say that you couldn't say? You know what I mean? It's like, what do you know that you're going to say that you couldn't say on a normal video? Oh, he doesn't know anything. He's just going to say filthy words. I mean, it's like, it just absolutely cracks me up. And it's like, yeah, he regrets that to this day. James Dean Company, thanks for $5. Ben, what book are you putting out next? I think Rainbow Brute from EBS is kicking off around October, right? That is correct. Ben, what are you doing next?
What we are doing next, we have the complete saga for Ravage. We're releasing one big trade paperback. Ravage 2 through 5 will be included, so you get that. And then we're at the same time we are releasing the Offworlder, the Protectors of Sa-Ra. He was sacrificed to the gods for his people. Now he has to fight an intergalactic war to save them.
I love it.
So it's like
the chat is throwing around the word "cucks" a lot. They're not happy about this conversation. Wow, they don't like that.
What are they throwing around?
Cuck. Well, they're everyone's a cuck. Everyone's a soy boy right now. I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly why. Tony Clark says, "What happened to my super chats? They're here. They're coming up. I'm reading them in order. So I'll keep going. Party. I'm Civi $1.99. No one likes Twitter. They tolerate it. Morning all. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Tony Clark, €5. Attack their flaws, disabilities. Give no mercy. Only then this chat will be lost to the dark side. Good. Give in fully to hate. May the trolling may begin." Is it like that, Tony?
How much did he pay to say that?
He paid €5. Thank you. Lord Asher. What do you have to say to that, Cecil? Do you like it?
Well spent. Money well spent. I hope he used his brother's credit card.
Lord Asher with $5. Sorry, Doug, but I think Cecil is correct. I do believe you're coming from a compassionate place, but you should listen to people who know him.
Of course I'm right.
Yeah.
I don't know how to be wrong.
Cecil,
It's my only flaw.
Is always being right.
And my fat ass and tits.
Or maybe very right.
What's that?
Or maybe it's right, Cecil. Maybe you're right.
Yeah, Tug, what do you think of all this? What's your opinion now that you're kind of in on this and you know what's going on? Do you have an opinion? Do you have thoughts?
I wouldn't support a person that comes out and slanders that. I mean, you know, we're talking about excuses. I look at it as a consumer. I don't look at it as I don't create a project or anything like that. So, I mean, you know, you're looking at it. If it were in my business and someone else came out and insulted a client, we would fall all over ourselves trying not to have that associated with us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's you know, that's how I look at it. Now, I understand what Doug is trying to say in there. I get where he's coming from. I just think when you see people that are they're doing that and you know they're saying they don't want association, fine, screw them, let them go do their thing. You know, I guess that's the best way I can look at it.
Yeah, but you know what? There's so many people out there that all they do all day long on Twitter is yell about how they're not associated with us, and yet they're, you know, they feel that they should get the support anyway. I mean, there are people out there like, you're gatekeeping. We don't want to be Comicsgate, but you're gatekeeping. You know, I don't even know how to respond to that idiocy. I have no idea what anyone's talking about. Like
I've been talking about, I've supported many smaller projects, and I've had really good experiences with more known names, but some of the smaller projects, I've gotten to the point where just honestly, I will not platform unless I totally know the person. And that's not about declaration of anything. It's just been such an awful experience with some of the projects. Nobody that you talk about or anything like that, but some of that, it is maybe that reflects in my mindset. You know, like I said, everybody here has been overly supportive of everyone, tries to figure out everything. I think there may be a level of professionalism. You guys understand that industry. Maybe people don't understand that.
Yeah. I've been the victim also of, I'm not a victim, but I've been, when we funded Armorkrog for $975,000, that's the video game. And my crew, we worked as hard as we could on that game. We wanted to give people this great stop motion game. It just ended up costing too much money. We barely delivered, and the project shit the bed. I mean, it came out late. We got slammed with reviews. It was buggy in that we could not get the coding right on time, and so we rushed it out, and it wouldn't load on a bunch of systems. And then the backlash on that. So to me, all of these projects are risky. And giving Callaghan money is also risky. And people who are giving me money are coming in and trusting me with their money that I'm going to pull off this book. And yeah, I'm going to do it. But it is still a risk. And that's kind of I've been the benefactor of other people willing to risk on me. So I spread that cheddar around. I especially love the really small projects that are barely making it. It's in that same spirit that I give that money, because I want to see them. I'm rooting for them. I hope they succeed.
Well,
but I've had problems with delivering before. That Armorkrog game was just a mess, and people need to see that, like, things still go wrong even when you have the best intentions. You can't entirely control the future. In defense of these things that are a little squirrely, or maybe you don't quite know the guy, or you're not quite sure if it's going to work out, you know, you gotta, it's a big risk.
But what we can do, and here's what I'd say to any creator that is looking to come up and do something. Comicsgate is like saying you're a patriot. There's no hierarchy. You know, you just believe in good comics, good storytellings. That's it. Yeah. So there's a lot of channels, right? Ethan has a big channel here. Come on to my channel. I got 100 subscribers. It's little, but we'll geek out. We'll talk about comics. Come on to Nasser's channel, right? Come make your own channel. Start talking fun stuff. I'll watch it.
I'm gonna get both you guys on my channel, and I'm just gonna do nothing but tell my subscribers to pick you guys up, because I've been the benefactor of that, and so I want to spread that cheddar around.
Anybody to pick up nothing, even my own books on my channel. I want to hear about fun stuff, music you like. Who are you? Why do you create? That's what we can talk about, right? If people like you and like your stories, pitch me your story like it's a movie. Tell me what your movie picture poster is for your story. If you can't do that, you probably really can't. You got to focus on your story and your craft of storytelling, right? Let's talk about that. But just getting on Ethan's show, or just launching a YouTube, just launching an Indiegogo, I'm sorry, it's not going to launch your books. That's just the reality of the situation. It has to be good. You have to be entertaining, and you got to put yourself out there. You have to.
Yeah, Cecil. Cecil
Yes.
is actually going to be one of the biggest selling Comicscape projects, I think.
I'm the only one that's absolutely 100% risk free. I am telling you, you're not going to get anything, and
Right.
Right.
there is no risk with me. I'm telling you the truth. Give me your money, I will send you nothing. And that's a risk free proposition right there. And I have a lot of people willing to back it up. So I had a silent stream the other day. I made $100 and it has over 2,000 views over an hour.
Yeah, off
no
my
one's
show.
watched.
Off my show. Why am I just draining money out to everybody else? And I need. I'm the one. I'm losing subscribers. Cecil's taking my money.
Because you're what's known as a mark.
That's
It's a drain.
hilarious.
And then Cecil comes in and takes a shit on me for supporting a vet.
Cecil.
This is
that
great.
true? Is that
This is working out great for me, guys. Thanks.
You're
welcome.
You are welcome. Yeah, I mean, sorry, Doug. Okay, so everybody agrees with Cecil here. Cecil, Tug, and Nasser. A good stream then, says Rax the Hero. Good Gurify. Cecil, stop drinking in the morning. Love you all. Are you drinking, Cecil?
No, I'm not drinking.
No.
What time
do you have for breakfast?
What time do you start?
I'm going to the yacht club in a little while. I'll start drinking around 2, maybe.
There you go.
Pretty good. What'd you have for breakfast?
No, just black coffee.
That's it. I didn't eat anything either. I'm like starving.
You're not a hair of the dog guy, Cecil. I drink a shandy.
No, I didn't get that drunk last night. I'll have a few beers in the morning if I I have a couple shandies too, but I'd usually just drink like a Miller or something in the morning if I'm hungover.
A good shandy will just knock it out for me. I'm good rest of the day.
Yeah, well, the trick is to not sober up, but occasionally I have to.
Yeah, me too.
Mr. Thundaro keeps saying, hey, EVS, we should talk about the good things that happened with Mike last night on his show. That is what's important. What happened? Does anybody know what happened to Mike on his show?
Oh, the Mahalo Hour? Is that the one?
Yeah. Here's the thing. Mike will be on here later. I'm sure he's still asleep. He stays up all night long. I mean, he's up all night long with his with Edwin, and they both talk about the Bible. And while Mike draws, sometimes I'll be up too until like 5 a.m. and I'll see that Mike is still live streaming himself drawing. So I don't know. I don't know what happened to Mike. Mike made money. They said $500 donation. He cried. He made a shitload of money.
Wow.
Mike made more than $1,000.
Poor guy. Got 30 of my subscribers.
He made like $1,000.
All the way to the bank, baby. All the way to the bank.
He made a buttload of direct donations, says Right Thulu. Well, Mike received $2,000 in donations, so the number keeps going up. $2,000 in donations directly to PayPal last night to help him out.
That's great.
Okay, I'll take $2,000 to buy a new chair since you all hate the squeaking noise it does.
Yeah.
Oh wow, people are
Wait, so fighting with Doug pays off. Maybe I'll just keep fighting.
Hey, I've made donations to Mike, so shut up, everybody.
At this. Oh, shut up, Doug.
I don't got to apologize to anybody.
Shut up, Doug. Oh my God, Doug.
You couldn't keep that to yourself, Doug. You had to tell everybody you made a donation. Look at me.
Virtue signaling.
Oh my God.
Okay, guys, I just put my PayPal in the chat.
I'm gonna do a Patreon. What would you all like to see? A B Hennessy's Patreon. I'm doing the caution zone with B Hennessy. We're gonna do plugged in, where we show you good bars, good beers. What do you want to see from me?
And we want to hear you sing.
Somewhere.
Oh my God.
Hey, Cecil, how many shirts have you sold?
So far about 30.
I can't wait for mine. What the hell's going on, Cecil? Let me tell you what, brother. If your shirts are bullshit like the comic, I'm gonna be a little upset because I'm really excited about it.
No, I have nothing to do with it. You'll receive it.
Okay.
I didn't create the art. I didn't create the T-shirt. I'm not mailing it, but I'm getting paid. So I love this whole setup.
I'm getting 6 of them. Me and my 2 brothers want both of those shirts.
Awesome.
Yeah, so you're working with crypto fashion too, Cecil? Yeah.
Yeah.
Dickin Comics, the cash grab T-shirt. What is it?
Yeah, there's 2 cash grab T-shirts up.
So go to crypto fashion and you can just Google that and you will find Cecil's a couple of T-shirts by Cecil. And crypto fashion really is a premier. I mean, they're a great merchandise generator and distributor. They do. I mean, everybody who gets these T-shirts is thrilled with them. The quality,
Great quality.
yeah, they're good T-shirts.
A lot of people were paid yesterday, and they went out last night, and they drank or they did drugs, and they still have an empty feeling today. I know what that's like, but really, happiness is a click away. If you just go to Crypto Fashion and buy a couple of my T-shirts, I swear, when those things show up, it's like an antidepressant mixed with a Valium. It's fantastic. Buy
I
two.
need 10 of these right now, Cecil.
Yeah,
I want all of my people to go and buy a shirt.
Cecil,
Yes.
I'm dead
We'll get
inside.
to
Will
get
this
that
fix me?
I hope so.
Nasser's getting better. I love Nasser.
Yeah, so much.
Oh, it's great.
Great.
Yes,
Doug,
these are specifically designed for the dead inside.
Oh, good. Doug, most who unsubscribed you just to bust your balls. No worry, big guy, says Mark C.
Hey, see, so what I want to, here's why I bought the shirts, man. I need some, I've been married for a while. Will my wife give me more front hole?
She will, but you're going to also have to wear your wedding ring when you go out. These things are front hole magnets.
Gotcha.
What is it, Ben, what is it about military guys not wearing their wedding rings all the time? A bunch of them I know don't wear their wedding rings. It's true. It's military guys.
Why do you think, Doug?
Because they gained weight.
No, I'm not saying they're out swinging. I think it's something like,
Okay, so
it's a fear of getting their finger ripped off or something.
Yes, if they work in the subs, right? If they're working around big heavy machines, you always take the rings off, right? Because you can, it'll mess you up, right? Can pull your face. But a lot of my buddies would not wear their rings because they were out looking for front hole.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I don't want to hear the phrase front hole anymore. I
thought that was the new term.
Ethan, that is super sexist, man.
That's a bad word.
Horrible, dude.
I got to get off this stream. I cannot deal with it.
SJW, degenerate.
Ethan, what about people who were not born with their vagina? Are they not women?
What the what?
Ethan, you got to check your privilege.
Yeah, buy one of my T-shirts, everybody. You buy my T-shirt, and you will plant your hole in some sweet front hole. That's a Cecil guarantee.
Gross.
That's the new scientific term. I
didn't know. I did an article, and Healthline came out and said, in order to be more embracing of everyone, we needed to take away medical terminology because it's gendered, and we need to call it all front hole. Which,
yeah,
okay.
Tug said it again.
Can we still use asshole, or is that back hole?
No, it's back hole.
Back hole now.
Yeah. Which isn't gendered. So maybe, I don't know. That's a really good question, Cecil. Very good question.
I'm writing it down. I'm going to send it to Dear Abby.
Yeah, make sure. Let me know the answer to that. Hey, sketch therapy $2. Kick in for Mike's mortgage. F Will. So Will is the guy who
kick in for his mortgage.
Yeah. Let's see.
I'm kicking in for Will's mortgage too.
Yeah, every kick it.
It's not like he's sitting there like a millionaire kicking back on him. He can't even get his book out.
Yeah.
Spread the cheddar.
Tony Clark, €2. Some men just want to watch the comic industry burn. Jesus A. Sabalas Jr., $2. Cecil is love. Titus Andromedon, thanks for $2. Is Cyberfrog reopening? If so, and if so, when? Yeah, I'm going to time it just right. I'm going to reopen it, and it's only going to be open for 1 week, 7 days. But I want to kind of open it right before I go on Andrew Klavan, because it just seems like that's a good, I could say, hey, go, buy Cyberfrog to this worldwide audience that I'll be talking to. Seems like a good idea. So maybe Tuesday, because I'll go on Cleveland on Thursday, and I'll just leave it open until the following Tuesday. Is that okay with everyone? I hope so. Mark C, $5. I imagine that Ben Henderson looks like WWE's Mouth of the Sun, Jimmy Hart.
Ben sounds exactly like Jeff Bridges from Big Lebowski. Every time he talks, that's who I picture on the other end.
But that's what he looks like too.
I do look a little bit, and I play a little guitar. But Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, I'm a much bigger guy. He's a Tampa guy too. He actually in Tampa, Hulk Hogan has his big restaurants, and he has a spot. Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart has a spot right up front guaranteed for him because he used to manage Hulk Hogan. Or they were buddies or something. I forget the whole story.
And the Hart Foundation and everyone. He was the great. I love Jimmy Hart.
I did too, man. I did too. So Florida's big with the wrestling. A lot of people down here.
Yeah,
There's
Ben
a lot of dummies
Henderson.
down there.
Florida, bro.
You are salty today.
No, I'm just
You are
kidding. I like
salty.
wrestling too.
Henderson
Hey, man. Florida.
Florida's great. I love Florida. Now, Ben Henderson is one of the nicest guys in the world. Great radio voice. He does look a lot like the Big Lebowski.
Hey, man, don't ruin my rep. I need these people to be afraid of me, especially the SJWs.
Very pleasant looking, sounding, very kind man. He's a little hyperactive, I would say. Little hyperactive.
High energy works though. His show is
that's what I'm
work.
saying.
High
like,
energy.
It's like Stan Lee. It's like he can run his mouth, and you know, like somebody like Nasser cannot run his mouth. I mean, Nasser will come out every now and then with like a really great acidic, just evil, great comment, and you're just like, damn, I love Nasser. But then he's a ninja. He shrinks back into the darkness again.
I don't quite have the comedic chops of an Ethan or a Cecil at all. So you guys got to come on to my channel. I'm just gonna BS about cool shit. That's what I plan.
Cecil has the bands. Cecil has the bands.
He does.
Cecil,
I have no subscribers, but I have a ton of fans. It's weird.
Yeah, no, not fans, bands. You're the banter.
Yeah. Oh, bands. Is that what they call it? I don't know that one.
Yeah. BANTZ, bands. That's like boomer. It's more this internet lingo.
Somebody play Jimmy Hart in a movie, but really I look a lot. If I'm honest with myself, the only two people I could play from wrestling are either Lou Albano or possibly George the Animal Steel.
I would have said Lou Albano. Yeah.
Yeah, Lou Albano is really in my wheelhouse.
Yeah, Lou Albano, but yeah, George the Animal, my guy.
That's fucking horrible to say out loud.
Everybody, it's Antonio Bryce. How you doing, Antonio?
Hi, Antonio.
Doing fantastic. How are you doing, sir?
We're doing good. We're having kind of a family get together here. We're talking through the pain of last night. Even though Mike's not here, it would help if Mike was here because people are asking. They want to know more about Mike receiving the benefit of the goodness of this community last night. Apparently, he received something close to around $2,000 and just
I popped over to his chat room after during his Aloha hour. Man, they were being very, very generous. Which is
do you think any of that money was given to spite Doug? Like how much? What percentage of that $2,000 was to just
all of it? All of it.
All of it.
If you guys want to make money, get into a fight with Doug.
Spiting me is how I'm getting everyone their dough. I'm your catalyst.
I think Nasser's fight with me got him at least half of his
sales.
I go to bed so early. I'll just be honest, like 10 o'clock. I don't get to watch the Aloha hour. What's wrong with Mike? What was all the donations?
That made him cry.
He's having financial problems. Here's why Mike is having financial problems. Okay,
he put in the wrong bank information on his Indiegogo, so they haven't paid him yet.
Oh my God, what a dummy! All right, so listen. Here's the thing about Mike. Mike did 4 issues of The Meg. Some independent company hired him to do 4 issues of the adaptation for the shark movie, The Meg.
Yep.
And then they skipped out of town on him and never paid him. Now, let me tell you something.
So horrible.
Dude, you're doing 88 pages, probably, just if these are 22-page books, 88 pages of work, and then you don't receive payment for them, that's going to put you on the street. You can't do that to people. And I'm telling you now, comic book artists, a lot of them are just, a couple months away.
Hand to mouth.
Yeah, and that book's selling too. It's sold out on Amazon.
The movie's a hit.
Oh wait, did he give them the pages?
It's already for sale.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
and
you
it's
can
a
only
hit.
get it on Kindle. You can only get it on Kindle, or I'm hoping they restock it. I was actually going to get a copy. I was like, hey, the art looked real good.
Let me ask you guys another question. Do you pay in batches? That's what I do.
I get paid in batches. I would turn in the first 5 pages, and if I didn't receive payment,
they usually give you half. They usually give you half up front and half when the book completes. But that half when the book completes, it can have up to a 90-day pay schedule.
Yeah. See, I think we do thirds. I
usually pay everything up front.
Yeah.
So this is the thing. So imagine Mike's situation. Now, Mike's been a working comic book artist forever, but yeah, it's like, we do kind of live paycheck to paycheck. And
California, San Diego, it's expensive.
Oh, he's paying so much money. I live in New Jersey. You want to talk about how high cost of living. So he's stuck. And he would have let his Lone Star campaign go on another month, except that he's just like, no, I'm behind in my mortgage, and when this money is done, or when this campaign is done, as soon as I get the money, I got to take enough money out of it to pay my mortgage. And fortunately, he made a ton of money on that campaign. He's going to have plenty of money to get on his feet and still put the book out, and everything will be okay. He's got to get his second one started almost immediately. But fortunately, Lone Star is almost done, I think. So it's going to go to press. Everything should work out. He should be able to get on his feet because of the generosity of, and the interest of Comicsgate. But yeah, I guess he put in the wrong banking information. We got the Cyberfrog money in 6 days, I think it was.
Well, the bank information thing was just a joke because my Indiegogo and his ended at the same time, and I got the money within a day, and he still didn't get it. And it's been I don't know, 10 days.
So Indiegogo can take 15 business days. So mine took about 10 business days, about 2 weeks until mine came in. But I contacted them, and in the agreement it says 15 business days.
Yeah, that's what it told me too. But then I got it in a day.
Nice. Nice. But I think they have a review and audit process. They have reconciliations. So the guarantee they have is 3 weeks, 3 business days, not counting weekends.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, there's been a delay in him getting his money for Lone Star. So, the fans, and that's stressful. I remember early on when I was first working at DC Comics, and I was making about $150 a page to draw Impulse. And, it's when you're waiting for that paycheck. You work your face off. And I remember waiting for a $1,500 paycheck. That's 10 pages. And we were living in a little apartment in Arizona, so living expenses were very low. But it's that $1,500, it was late. They forgot to cut the check. And it's you might as well just strangle us that. You're waiting.
He can't get a break. It's it's a storm. It's coming from all directions on him.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering why he did those pages for the Meg if they didn't pay at least half up front.
Because in general, people do. In general, they do pay. So you.
I mean, it's a major, motion
It's a big
picture.
company that's gonna, it's not like some crazy guy contacting you on Twitter or Instagram going, "Hey man, can you do some work for me? I'll pay you."
Does he have a contract? Tell Mike to I'll reach out to Mike because if he has something signed, I can help him out. My lawyers can help him out easy.
Okay, we're gonna see how gullible Mike is. I'm gonna send him some scripts. I'm gonna tell him that I'll pay him when he's done drawing 5 issues, and then I'm not gonna pay him.
That's horrible. But you're not a major motion picture. It's different.
Yeah, do it, Nasser. He'd think.
Yeah, but I could always tell him that it's been approved for a major motion picture. We'll see how gullible he is.
Yeah, that's terrible. We'll go for 3 issues. Let's see if that works.
Have a heart.
Okay, 3 issues, and they're all going to be 60 pages long.
Let me tell you about Nasser. Do you guys want to hear my view?
He's following Cecil-nomics. I like it.
Oh wow.
He's gonna be the next Stephen King. He's a great horror writer. He's dark. He's dark like me, and he's got guts.
Oh, I thought when you said he's the next Stephen King, I thought you meant he's a creepy little weirdo.
I thought you meant I was going to get hit by a car and almost die. Yeah, that'd be my dream.
A buck-toothed car, vehicular homicide victim.
And when you say he was dark like you, I thought there was some weird tanning things y'all had going on.
We're very close to the same complexion. I'm a Floridian.
I was like, okay. I started throw some sax music on, and
my skin's like gator skin. I've been down here in the Florida sun too long.
They spray tan together. That's actually the real code there.
People are shocked by Nasser's cruelty in the chat, and half of them are laughing. Nasser's controversial. Nasser became a big star when he went after Cecil. Before Nasser went after Cecil, he was kind of a pain in the ass. Somebody pointed this out. That's when Nasser broke out. Nasser got big when he attacked Cecil, and Cecil was blindsided by it. If you remember, you go back and listen to those chats. Cecil was like, "Who is this little bitch? Why is?"
No, I was complimenting. I was actually complimenting him. Told him I backed his campaign, and he goes, "Oh, thank you, Cecil. I don't find you funny at all, and I don't see your appeal." That was his response to me telling him I liked his book.
Yeah, I know, and that's what did it. It was you were like being kind of like fake nice, and he just gave you a knife right in the ribs, and it was just like, whoa. Look, somebody said that comment makes me want to bitch slap Nasser.
Hey,
yeah,
listen,
comment.
hey, listen, you can't argue with results. He got big. So listen, Cecil, I bought your shirts, but listen,
I put you over. Don't you forget it.
But listen, Cecil, you suck. I need more subscribers to my channel, and by rabbit, I will fight you every day.
It doesn't work for you, Ben. It doesn't work. You have to be mysterious. Like nobody knows what nobody knew what Nasser's real personality was.
Nasser's a cipher, so he's way scarier than when Ben does it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like kind of like Nasser, and I think that this is genuine. I don't think Nasser is pretending to be this way. I think he really is.
I think he's a genuine creep. I'm with you.
He's a sociopath, and a lot.
That's why he's a great horror writer.
He is a good horror writer too, and we're this is his chair needs to be fixed. People like Nasser though. People are saying Nasser is fire. It is I don't know, like it's 50-50 with Nasser.
Yeah,
right
so
now,
if you like me, you could sub to my channel.
That'd be nice. You want to tell them what your channel's called?
Yeah, it's just my name, Nasser Rabadi. It's here in the chat.
How do you spell Nasser Rabadi? Oh, there it is. You want to spell it for people who can't see?
Yeah, it's Nasser and then Rabadi.
Yeah.
You know that real strong Nazi name from Germany?
I don't think Nasser Rabadi is not Nazi sounding. It sounds like he's like it's like Arabic or something.
Really?
Yeah, I thought you said Nasser Robati or something.
He gets attacked as a Nazi all the time. That's weird. I thought everybody...
It sounds like he needs to give me his license and registration. That's
Nasser, do you ever travel? How often do you get pulled for screening at an airport? Randomly, of course.
I don't fly often, but I did.
Well, you got to leave your house to do that, so of course not.
I did fly in May, but they didn't screen me or anything.
Well, I got to call a TSA. That's bullshit.
Yeah, Nasser is like it sounds Israeli. Why do I think that? Who's the famous Nasser from Israel? Nasser. Well,
that's not Israel. That's.
I can't.
It sounds like Nazi robot. Somebody said
Nazi robot.
How people pronounce NASA? It's Nasser.
Nazi Robati. Awesome. I love that. It's cool. So that's the thing. So it's 50-50 for Nasser. It's about 90-10 Doug right now, and that makes me sad. 90% of people seem to be against Doug. 10% are for Doug. 10% are giving Doug another chance.
That's making me sad.
I'm back. I was getting some coffee.
Oh shit! I just insulted you and you missed it.
Oh,
let me do it again.
Yeah, do it again.
So it's 50-50 Nasser. Like 50% of people in the chat love Nasser. 50 hate Nasser or are off put by Nasser. But with Doug, it's like 90-10 right now. Like 90% of people are anti-Doug at the moment.
My image is just going through the floor.
It took a beating when you took on Mike S. Miller. It took a beating, and that's
I did not take on Mike S. Miller. I defended a homeless vet and not a homeless vet.
I can't believe you.
Now he's homeless. Oh my God! What else is he doing?
He's like a homeless guy. I defend an impaired vet, and I'm willing to take all of the blows associated with that.
I can't believe you attacked that poor Japanese man. He was just trying to make us
cry. When you made Mike
cry. I gave money to that guy too. I gave money to the guy about to get kicked out of his house. I spread the cheddar, man. Nothing but compassion. But my martyr complex gets turned on when every time someone comes after me. So
every time you talk, I keep thinking, how does he have 10% support?
I know. I just want to drain milk that last 10% out.
When did Doug turn heel? It's kind of fun. I like heel Doug.
Yeah,
great. Kick Doug, F Doug, shut up Doug.
Oh, here comes. Look at that. Now I feel like Nasser.
The abuse that Doug is suffering.
Kick Doug.
Yeah, Nasser, thanks.
Nasser,
I'm
like Doug,
down
right?
on my belly, and Nasser's over here kicking me now.
What was that? Nasser, do you like Doug? Where do you stand on Doug tonight or today?
I love Doug, but I think he's a little bit racist.
Oh wow!
Man. Wow! For that attack on Mike, I see it.
Just because of Mike. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I like the question. Where do you stand on Doug? It seems like 90%. We need to go with that.
Comicsgate is not destroying what we hate, but saving what we love, says Megatron 0451. I agree.
That was very Rose Tico.
Everything Rose Tico says is gold.
Everything the light touches.
Yeah, I like that Rose Tico. I liked her essay. What a great week this was. This was a really good week for the internet. Rose Tico came out and wrote an article for the New York Times that everyone completely disingenuously said was about being kicked off of her Instagram account. It was all a lie. And then, of course, the SJWs came after us. Darwin Cook's widow. It's been a pretty cool week. I mean, it's been like very controversial. A lot of stuff to talk about.
I know. It's like a Jerry Springer show or something.
Oh, it is. And then of course we end the week with Doug bringing Mike Miller to his knees, tears. That was good too.
And all the excitement around my release of 2 T-shirts on Crypto Fashion under Dick and Comics.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so look, Michael Beacon, thanks for $5. Tug's point is why I decided to use my own money to fund at least my first issue. Good that I did. Had to replace an artist mid-issue. Huge setback. Everyone likes the umbrella guy. That umbrella guy has 100% approval. 100% approval. Everyone loves him.
What is my approval?
You are, Ben, you're high. You're like in the 90s.
Oh, that's nice. That's more than I thought. There you go. I was more of a BC student, so good.
Yeah, I haven't heard too many complaints about Ben. I hear, everyone loves that umbrella guy. Most people like Cecil. Cecil's rising in the polls.
Yeah. Tug's my first guy. So.
My Q rating is off the charts.
That is true. That is true.
Cecil used to be 50-50, and when Cecil would come in, I would get like tons and tons of hate mail, just like get him out of here. And now it is where's Cecil? And that happened pretty quickly.
So maybe I'll develop. Maybe I'll emerge from a pupa from hatred to becoming a new Cecil. Maybe I'll be if I just walk the walk.
No, it's not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
No, it'll happen. It'll happen.
No,
I'm just kidding.
Everybody loves Earthworm Jim. You got to find your audience, Doug. You got to find your audience.
Here's the problem. Doug is totally LA. Like Doug is LA, and he's been in LA for a long time. And so
I got
a lot of that
LA
is rubbed off on him.
A lot of LA in me.
Yeah. And it's hard. A lot of our audiences, they're just not used to that kind of LA sort of equivocating. And that Doug's got that, and people have to kind of get used to it.
How do I equivocate on? I was standing by my values on the vet issue. That's not equivocating. I'm hard-headed in a way that no LA guy. They'd squish as soon as they started losing money and losing followers. They would absolutely adjust. They would absolutely readjust their values. Absolutely.
You're not doing that.
And their ends justify any means that they want. And I believe in following your means, no matter what ends you get.
Yeah. Well. Okay. Maybe.
Can you say that more confusing, please?
Yeah. What the fuck was that?
Means and ends, right? So means is like why you do.
I was joking. Be quiet.
Oh God.
Cecil versus Doug is great. By the way, Cecil's here standing up for Mike S. Miller. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, Cecil really is. Cecil, is that kind of why you're doing this? Do you feel a lot in your heart for Mike? And
I do.
You want to talk about that a little bit?
I have a lot of love in my heart for Mike.
Yeah.
Do you have love anywhere else?
No.
I'm just saying.
So that's good.
No, I don't know.
Antonio with an uppercut.
I love Doug, but sometimes he rubs me the wrong way, and I like to lash out at him. It feels good.
Little rub and tug.
Feels good.
He's jealous. He's jealous because I have his guy Nurk.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why this is all passive aggressive. I'm going to up this soap opera. I'm going to up this soap opera right now.
Oh, Nurkish is too smart to fall for your bullshit. He just wants to meet that Mike.
There it is. You found it, Doug. You found the whole.
You found it.
Boom! You press the button.
I think. Yep.
All right. Cecil is worried that Doug. By the way, Nurkish has a great big crush on Doug Tenable. I mean,
Nurkish and I, we genuinely love each other. And
Yeah,
whereas he's just a business partner with Cecil.
Well,
Yeah,
that's because he likes to get on his tippy toes to kiss somebody once in a while. And Doug's the only guy who can do it.
I know I'm 6'8". He's the only guy tall enough to slow dance with.
So here's the thing. Let me explain the dynamic here for people who are just tuning in and don't know what this is about. So first of all, Nurkish is his own guy. Nurkish is a great big fanboy of Mystery Science Theater. Of course, he loves Earthworm Jim, and he's like Nurkish is completely different off screen than he is on screen. So Nurkish is always sending me little messages. It's like, you know, you really changed my life. Like you introduced me to Bill Corbett. You introduced me to Doug TenNapel, and he's like, I know it sounds gay, but I can't ever stop.
It does sound gay. That is true.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, it's gay, but you know, at the same time, that's who Nurkish is. Nurkish is a great big gay guy. You know, so anyway, he's so happy to be hanging out with Doug. Now, what did Doug do? Doug introduced him to Mike Nelson from Mystery Science Theater. Guess what? Nurkish is basically humping Doug's leg at this point. Okay, so that's a real thing. Now, Cecil is somebody who Nurkish goes. Nurkish is like, why am I tied to this guy? Why don't? Because you two together are hilarious. Oh my God. Oh no. No. And now he's starting to kind of get along with Cecil. I got some more gay notes from Nurkish that were just like, hey, I want to thank you about your advising me to get with Cecil, because he's not like as annoying. You know, he's really, when you're actually working with him, he's not as irritating as like he is every other time. So we're actually doing a good thing. Yeah, we're doing good stuff together, and it's working out, and I'm glad I'm working with Cecil. All right, so there's that, but that's kind of like, it's a little bit lukewarm compared to the love he feels for Doug TenNapel.
Well, that's
now.
I have a 90% approval.
I'm almost done, and then you guys take it.
Go ahead.
Okay, so Cecil sees Nurkish the same kind of way. Nurkish is utilitarian to Cecil. Cecil's like, well, I can take Nurkish or leave him, but yeah, we're going to make a lot of money on this cash grab book. We are. This is going to be a fulfilling partnership that could take me out of my sister's house and into a one-bedroom studio apartment of my own. Yes. Now that's exciting to Cecil. So he sees Nurkish that way. Here comes big Hollywood Doug. Here comes Hollywood Doug taking away Cecil's meal ticket. Now Cecil is naturally threatened. He is going to attack Doug for any reason whatsoever. Does he really love Mike S. Miller? When I asked him to talk, Cecil. Does Cecil really love Mike S. Miller? When I asked him if that was what he said, yes, I love Mike S. Miller. You want to expand on that? I love Mike S. Miller. He doesn't love Mike S. Miller. He hates Doug. Okay, go ahead.
No, like I said, Doug, there's certain things about Doug's mannerisms and the way he talks to people, and is just so offhandedly sure of himself and right, and doesn't give anybody credence to their opinions or anything, that it pisses me off a little bit. It has nothing to do with Nurkish. I think Nurkish, the whole thing with Doug is weird. I don't know about Earthman
Bob.
No, it's Jim.
Earthman Jim.
Worm. He's not a man. He's a worm. He's a little worm in a spacesuit.
And it was great.
Did you just assume?
But I don't. Okay, I give him credit. It was a big thing, but in my life, I never knew it. And to me, like the Mystery Science Theater guys, I like it, but I wouldn't cross the street to meet any of them. I mean,
that's the thing. Like you're not.
And then like Doug is gushing. I mean, not Doug. Nurkish is like falling over himself about the Earth. Worm guy and then the Mystery Science. I'm like, what are you fucking nuts? Like, whatever.
This is how Martin and Lewis broke up.
Right.
You need to understand. Basically, Doug represents Sinatra, okay, and Nurkish is Dean Martin, and you are Jerry Lewis, and it's now a question of who Dean Martin would rather perform with. And boy, I would be worried if I were you, Cecil. Your career together has not officially, blown up yet. You guys haven't put the book out.
I got way under Cecil's skin. I got his number, man. I'm in your DNA, buddy. I'm in your DNA, and I'm moving furniture around. I'm moving furniture in your house.
Doug is Yoko.
No, Doug is Frank Sinatra. And Doug is
Yoko, that's better. Natsa's right. Doug's Yoko, not Sinatra.
No. Doug is Sinatra. He's saying, I want to introduce you to my friend Sammy Davis Jr. And Sammy Davis Jr. was Nelson from
No,
this.
he's saying Nurkish asaki saki you ayoko.
Notice Nurkish and I have no business with Nurkish. It's pure friendship. It is
Yeah.
pure friendship.
They're singing songs together, Cecil.
Yeah, I don't have to do business with him for him to hang out with me.
Number
The chat
nine.
is flying.
Number 9.
Number 10.
There we go.
Well, listen, that is people are disagreeing. Some people are saying Doug is Yoko, but I think my comparison is
They're
Apple.
calling him a yokel.
I think my comparison is apt. I think it's a pretty good metaphor. I think that, or analogy. I mean,
I think you have the best analogy. That this is what's going on in a big way right now, I think.
All right. Well, I mean, look. How can we fix it? How can we make Cecil more secure?
We got to get rid of Doug. That's the bottom line.
Is it getting rid of
Thanks, Nasser.
That's what I mean about Nasser.
I
Ninja
need a
from
hand
Out of the
up.
Darkness.
Nasser's there kicking me. He's there kicking me.
Hey Cecil, have you ever tried to write? Just really sit down, write a stand-up routine or write like comedy, like as a stand-up routine? You do that on YouTube.
Years ago, I wrote a couple of stand-up routines for people just because we hung out at a dinner and they were laughing all night and they were like, please write some stuff down. And they used to.
I will pay you to write some stuff for my channel. Call me.
All right.
Cecil, do you go to bathhouses?
Do I go to bathhouses? I've been to Turkish bathhouses and there's Korean ones too, but they're on the up and up, not like sex orgy.
Okay, because I was like, oh man, that just sounds weird. I didn't know what was going on there. I was like, oh man, do what you do, man.
Chris Chambers says that I am Sammy Davis Jr. in this scenario. No, I'm Johnny Carson. I'm over here. I'm watching you guys.
I'm Ed McMahon.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of everybody, but I'm just pointing out what's going on.
I'm a fan of man.
I love everyone here. Love everyone. But I mean, there is a dynamic that is happening, and it is, I can see it. I mean, it's pretty clear, what's going on. That Cecil is worried about losing Nurkish, and I think it's almost
stop
sweet.
it.
No, Cecil, it's okay to be a little soy right now. People in the chat are saying so gay. Yeah, it is. It is gay.
I honestly am not worried because I trust in Doug that his repellent personality will push Nurkish away eventually.
Nurkish is my brother.
I have full faith in you, Doug.
Yeah. No. We have an understanding, man. We're bros. We see eye to eye.
You don't know, Cecil. Doug,
he's going to be like, how much longer can I get preached at by this guy?
And I preach to him all the time. That's all I do. I tell him about Jesus.
No kidding.
And that's gonna be. Hey, listen to this, Ethan. This is going to be the conclusion of this story.
Okay.
Is Nurkish is going to become a conservative evangelical, and then Cecil has to be a partner with him.
But Nurkish is.
It's going to be. That's my death blow to you, Cecil. I'm coming for it. I'm rearranging the furniture in your head.
I'll have him in the Church of Satan before you get
your
that
business partner. Your business partner is going to become a conservative. He's going to be like, Cecil.
He is a conservative. He already is a conservative.
No, a conservative evangelical. He's going to be all, Cecil, do you have to use that language around me when you're doing?
So you want to ruin him, basically. You want to ruin Nurkish.
It's going to be no, you. I'm after you.
Right, but you want to ruin Nurkish to get at me.
This is going to I'm saving him. I'm saving him from an eternal judgment in hell. Why are you working against
eternal judgment coming from you?
Hell working with Cecil.
You're the most judgmental person. What's eternal judgment is hanging out with you.
Oh, it's going to be great.
Hey,
soy Nurkish.
Hey, Doug, ask Nurkish this to get Cecil. So something you guys don't know, I collect tattoos. I get all tattoos for myself from artists that I love. And I'm getting one from Doug. I'm getting an Earthworm Jim and Bigfoot Bill. Me and Nurkish. Ask Nurkish if he wants to get the same one. I bet you
on your penis.
Hey, can I get you let me show you a real quick sketch of, I was dinking around with your tattoo.
Yeah,
hold on 1 second.
Ask Nurkish if he'll get it. We'll get the same one just to piss Cecil off.
Okay, while he's gone, we want to tell you all to unsub him. Stop backing him. Oh, he's back. He's back.
I do gotta build up like all of the guns and skulls all over this thing. But
I love guns and skulls.
But this is just the pose of let's see. Who is that? I can't.
I don't care if
that's Bigfoot Bill in like an action pose coming in, and then here's Earthworm Jim leading. They're both like leaping off. He's leaping off there. And I'm going to do a full, I'll ink it, and they'll do a full wash, nice black and white rendering.
I love it, bro.
But I want to try and find a way, like, to put a giant, a giant, like, American flag or skulls and machine guns all around.
American flag and skull, dude. I love it. Let me tell you what. I bet you my little brother will get it for me. Just so you all know, I'm not as down as I'm as much as Nurkic. But the last fond memory of being young with my younger brother was playing Earthworm Jim on that Nintendo. We laughed at it. It was just the best time, and it's a special memory for a lot of people, And
yeah. That's all I want to do is give you more of that. And that's all Cecil wants, is to stop stuff like that happening.
Yeah.
He does not want people like you playing my games and having fun and smiling.
I'm torn, though, because
with your little brother.
I love your games with my little brother, but I also like getting blinded drunk with Cecil.
Yeah, but I was almost blinded drunk last night with Cecil.
Yeah.
On the air.
I was by myself. I drink alone.
Here's the thing, though. I think Cecil really has, Cecil has a plan to make Nurkic succeed gloriously on his own terms. Without the help of Hollywood Doug, young partnership with Cecil, creating a brand new kind of comedy, not some rehashed version of Mystery Science Theater, not working with kind of like an Earthworm Jim kind of vibe, but Cecil and Nurkic together create really, really fresh comedy. They are a terrific comedy duo. And it would be a shame. I think most of the people in Comicsgate in this chat right now would be very, very disappointed and upset to see Cecil and Nurkic break up before they really even start.
Yeah.
And that's the danger that Doug poses, not only to Cecil, but to Comicsgate.
But to the fandom, yeah. He's the Yoko to Naples.
Yeah. I'm starting a book with Nurkic. I'm announcing our company right now. We didn't want to tell you guys this. Schmicken Comics, and we're doing Smash Grab.
Right.
It's going to be a funny book.
Are you going to cram all that funniness into
Smash? Yeah, we will deliver a book. We're going to have our T-shirts on that, whatever it is, CryptoWare, whatever it's called. And it's going to be huge. We're going to Indiegogo this thing right after Rainbow Brute.
Listen, Cecil, here's going to be the problem. Okay, there are Nurkic and Doug are focusing on the Christian crowd, right? Many people. There's not many jaded drunks like us.
Right. You've got it all backwards. You think I'm afraid of me losing Nurkic? Nurkic should be afraid of losing me.
That's a good point.
Oh yeah, I'm going to tell on you. I'm going to tell him you said that.
He's listening.
Yeah.
He's listening. Tell him to his face. You guys need each other. You guys, it's like Lennon and McCartney. It's like Steven Tyler.
No. Cecil is a Hillary voter, Obama supporter. I'm a Trump supporter. He's for using have to use the proper pronouns. He was pressuring me last night in his judgy the unicorn judgmentalism, saying I really should. I'm going to have a transsexual on my show pretty soon.
And I think you're representing, whether you want or not, you're representing Comicsgate.
So he's pressuring me as a Comicsgater to use the right pronouns. He voted for Hillary. I'm just saying, this guy is so soy. Call me soy nipples. You're right.
Love Trump State.
I'm only saying there's there's an infiltrator here, and it's not me.
Who is it?
Cecil.
Infiltrator. I'm an originator.
I've got your number. I'm taking you down. I'm going to keep kicking until you're absolutely crushed. I'm taking Nurk, and I'm going to steal your business. I'm putting out books. We're going to win.
I'll crush you like
I'm going to hit you just like you hit that mentally disabled vet. I'm coming after you with
that shield you've been holding up for your virtueness.
Just like you had no mercy.
I am. He's now homeless. He's got no legs now too.
He's on his kids. He's about to get kicked out of his house too. And you're all trying to drain money out of him. I'm after you.
Who am I draining money from?
From Will's campaign.
Yeah, well, but that's my whole thing. I want to drain money from everyone.
Yeah.
I respect that.
This is definitely
smash grab.
I respect that.
I'm announcing smash grab on Indiegogo. Smash grab.
Oh my God!
I'm going to get your artist. I'm going to pay him double.
Oh my God! Well,
Okay, pay him double. Pay Timlin double. I'd love for him to get paid. He's not going to get paid from me, so you pay him.
This has been a very controversial episode of Comicsgate, the morning show live. Of course, it's now the afternoon, at least on the East Coast. But yeah, this is a good episode finale. It's a good cliffhanger, I think. What is going on here? Will Doug destroy Cecil? Like
impossible.
Smash grab.
This is like will Cecil rise up? I mean, he's got Doug's foot on his neck right now. But Cecil has never been.
I've got him. He's biting at my ankles.
No. Listen, but Cecil has never been more popular than he is now. He's never been more beloved. And Doug has his foot on his neck. The fans are absolutely furious. They're in support of Cecil. We figured out that Cecil does have some conflicting feelings about Nurkish. He feels threatened by Nurkish.
I do not feel threatened.
By Doug over Nurkish.
Passive aggressive.
He's going to spend one more lecture from Doug, and he's going to friggin' unfollow him.
Passive aggression is overt aggression, brother.
We're going to find out what's up. I will get Nurkish in here. We'll do another stream later. I want to get Mike S. Miller in here as well. And we will have another show later on, probably tonight, Comicsgate Live. Well, let me go through.
Doug, for God's sakes, can I just address Doug? Be nice to your guest today. If she's a trans woman, just call her her, and don't be confrontational.
Dude,
you are representing Comicsgate, even though no one wants you to.
I have the actual philosophy that believes she's made in the image of God. Like, this person deserves all of the respect and love I can give him. Okay, I'm going to treat him.
All right,
I'm not going to treat him like I treat you. I'm not going to treat him like I treat you.
All right, good.
Cecil.
Yes.
I think it's time you know that I'm going to be the guest.
Oh, good for you.
All right, hold on. Let me read.
That's the big shocker. Is it's not.
All right, everybody. I got to roll. This has been awesome. I love these morning chats. Take it easy.
Take care, Ben.
Goodbye, Ben. Let me read these. And there's going to be questions about Ben here, and Ben's not going to be here to answer them. I guess that's the way it goes. Let's see. Jesus Sabals Jr. $2. Need the mood lightened. Please play Last of George. Rich A says, do you think Lucasfilm is trolling YouTube videos? Yes. Let's see. Gojirify, this has been a stressful morning breakfast chat. My eggs are over uneasy. Also, Reznar, Matthew 6'3". Iwazaru, people in the chat are saying Doug attacked fans last night. Can we address it just so these front holes in chat can shut up? By the way, Doug is 6'8". So Wazaru, big fan of Doug. Wazaru, a really good meme generator, by the way. Cool. Star Wars for Life. Hi, Uncle Ethan. Subscribe to you from Geeks and Gamers. Jeremy is always talking about your comic book. How can I get a copy of that? I love your videos. Star Wars for Life. I'm gonna put my comic book back online for a week, probably starting Tuesday. Andrew Rotten, $2. Cecil, are you a verifiable bartender?
Can I bartend? Sure. Yes.
Okay. Richard A. See my convo episode 9 set photo leak den of nerds for you. Okay. All wave. Doug called us sheep last night, amongst other things, and blamed everyone else for his actions. He's still doing it. Unsubbed and unbacked his comic. Oh man. Rax the hero. Sub Nasser, then sub to Tug, Cecil, and then me. Obo299. EVS. You're thinking of Yasser Arafat. That's what I was thinking of. Nasser Arafat.
Arafat. That's good.
Yeah. Rich A. Domo Arigata. Nasser Rabati. Yeah. Douglas Loudon, so many unforgiving here. Chat needs a little chill. I don't think so. I think this was pretty funny. Edmund Bouillet, Mike Miller is my happy Jap brother. I'm fond of Doug. I'm always enthusiastic to soften hearts and restore friendships and goodwill. Ryan Pepper, Doug is blacklisted from Benihana. Cecil equals Comicsgate. Cecil, you are Comicsgate. Gojirify, Cecil is Ava Gardner. Oh, I didn't say that. I mean, my God.
I've got her tits.
Oh my.
Funky, chunky, funky monkey. Cecil, ask EVS how many pies he has left. How many pies do I have left? Not that many.
All those Hostess, you went through them? No, you didn't eat those, did you?
No, I didn't eat those. I didn't eat any of those. I want it. Where are you gonna get? Oh, you're going to the hospital. Okay. All right. Okay, I love it. All right. So Andrew is going out. Let's see. Andrew Rotten. While Ryan Johnson's head is round, Nasser's is kind of like a blocky cube. Is it? Nasser, can I see it?
It is.
Is it? Let me see. I can't. He hasn't
The way
shown
this
up.
works, Nasser, is you have to talk. There you go.
Okay, I'm talking.
Thank you.
It is. Your head is a perfect Well, it is kind of blocked.
No, it's not a block. It's off-putting, but it's not a block.
No, yeah. Nasser's face is off-putting too, but so's mine. So I can't really blame it. Talking Pulp, $5. Doug was cool. Ben, like Mullaram, he ripped Cecil's heart out of his chest and laughed maniacally as it burned. Team Cecil 2018, bitch.
Word.
K. Brady, Doug and Nurkish, and a real book. I'm in. Oh, okay. So this is the thing.
You're in for a boring snore.
Well, I mean, Doug and Nurkish doing a comic together doesn't sound like a bad idea to me. It sounds
Smash grab. Smash grab.
It's going to be called Smash Grab. That sounds suspiciously like
TM. Smash grab. TM.
Wow, that sounds suspiciously like Cash Grab, which was Cecil and Nurkish as well.
Smash grab. My company Schmick and Comics.
But it's not the same. It's a Cash Grab. It means one thing, and Smash Grab means another thing. So it's not the same.
Yeah,
but it is.
Smash and grab is when you break the window in a jewelry store and you grab everything.
It's even cooler than Cash Grab, bro.
Yeah, there's violence involved. There's action implicit in Smash Grab that is not in Cash Grab.
Yeah.
I could do my entire Cash Grab without leaving my seat.
Smash grab because I'm about friendship, not money.
Oh. There's a lot of things here. A lot of things to think about. Code Guy says
he's gonna grab all the money and give it to the next Democrat president who's running against Trump. I'm just saying.
Comicsgate isn't political. I don't know if you realize.
Oh, of course it's not. Not for some of us.
Oh my goodness. He's saying it's political for you, Cecil.
Oh.
No, it's not.
Oh, how much you
I hang out with a bunch of conservatives.
Oh, Planned Parenthood. Oh.
Oh wow.
Oh my God.
Oh, use the right pronoun, Doug. Use the right pronoun, Doug.
You are just a fucking pill.
You're
Doug, how come you keep making people use the Lord's name in vain? I mean, that's even Cecil just did it. I mean, that's
what did I say? I didn't even realize.
Said God. You didn't realize it. You're not crying over it.
Yeah, I didn't even want to do that. I mean, he's just so laborious and monotonous to hear this guy talk. Okay, Planned Parenthood is bad. The trans, I'm not going to say she. I got it.
Use the right pronoun. Oh, you're so judgmental, but use the right pronoun.
Said Cecil is annoyed at this point. Wow.
I'm just annoyed.
I'm saying I'm Cecil's Cecil. See how this works, buddy?
No, because I'm clever. You're just annoying.
Okay.
Listen, this Code Guy says, I thought you got a new computer. Why do you sound like you're talking through a tin can? I do. I have. I'm using the computer. Do I sound like I'm in a tin can? I thought I was using my microphone pretty well. Normal. I sound normal. Okay. I back away from the microphone sometimes because I feel like I'm too noisy. I'm too close to it. So that might have been when I sounded like a tin can. Vile Delinquent, $2. Did I miss the fight? No, it's still going. Rax the Hero, $2. I was with Cecil before it was cool. So many posers. Yeah, I was with Cecil from.
That's true. Rax was there from the beginning.
Yeah, Cecil grew on me.
Yeah, but I was with Cecil right away. You know, I mean, Cecil came to me first, I think. Well, he came to Richard first, and Richard told him to go for himself. But I recognized the goodness, the talent of Cecil.
That's true.
Yeah. Evan James, can we misplace Doug's invite to Comicsgate Live tonight? That's not nice. He's going to get invited just like everyone else, and you're going to put up with him.
Hooray!
No, if you leave him out, he'll get more popular. You got to get him in there.
I'm only coming on if you leave Cecil off.
You can't.
I'm pulling an SJW move just like he does.
Yeah.
What move have I ever made? What SJW move have I ever made?
Because everything that you believe, like using the right pronouns.
Why don't you write it down and come back to us later?
And removing my subscribers and
I didn't
unfunding my Indiegogo. you have done the exact same work that every SJW does. I'm just saying, exact same work.
All right, so I want to thank you guys so much.
Infiltrator.
I was trying to fix Doug's reputation this morning, but no, it's gotten worse. He's called
Doug Tenyokol.
I have so much confidence in Ethan's ability to brand repair for me that I'm making your job twice as hard, Ethan. It's a compliment. I'm making it.
I'm glad you said brand, Doug, because we had just hit
Yes,
$12,000. That was fantastic.
Awesome.
$12,000 on Antonio Bryce's brand campaign on Indiegogo. I think you should go check that out and support it.
12,000.
But I apologize that Antonio didn't get a chance to talk because Doug talks so much on this stream.
Oh no, I got my things in. I was just trying to
Okay,
get a little sniper and get my grind on right quick. You know.
Hey, and I had Antonio on my show earlier this week. We had a big, long discussion. So you can go, if you go to the Doug Show on my YouTube channel and subscribe, you can see Antonio and I just hanging.
Yeah, it was a good show. I enjoyed it.
Everyone's excited about tonight. I think I'm going to be able to get. I know Yellow Flash and Nurkish are watching. You guys have to come on tonight. We're going to work this out, and we'll find out exactly where.
We're going to make it worse.
Yeah, we'll make it worse.
Yeah, and I want Cecil on my show too. I want Cecil on. That's an open. I always have an open invitation to Cecil. Anytime he wants on, because you're money. Money.
It's true. Ever since Cecil came on, let's see, people are actually, I don't know why they're leaving, but it's 867 people watching now. It was like 1,100. So
because it's a beautiful Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock.
That's probably true. They need to get out there and go sailing.
I'm going to the yacht club right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go drink this whole tired affair off my mind.
All right, Cecil, I appreciate you. Cecil, thank you for being reasoned. Thank you for being principled, and thank you for joining us today. I enjoy you.
You're welcome. Take care, guys.
See you, brother.
Bye-bye,
Have a good time.
Thank you. Bye.
I want to thank Antonio for being here, for being a good, calm, positive presence in the midst of chaos. Everyone turns to Antonio for reason. I mean, he's jovial, he's happy, but
I'm naked.
Are you naked right now?
I am.
Awesome. Awesome.
I want to thank Nasser. I don't know why I'm thanking Nasser, but thanks, Nasser.
You're welcome.
And I want to thank Doug for testing this audience's patience. This audience. They have it easy. I mean, they normally have it easy. With me hosting, I play them nice songs, and everyone has a good time. And I really wanted to see to test their nerves. And Doug, thank you so much for Doug. You are some kind of NASA training sort of device for astronauts. That kind of thing. When it comes to testing people's patience with Comicsgate, these people were pushed to the limit today. Look at him today. Go away, Doug. Done with Doug. But Doug, I want you to know something. I know, just like you know, that this was all an act. And tonight we're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix it all. All of these people are going to resub, and all of these people are going to see the real Doug. And it's the same. Remember when Doug was cool? Says I learned. Yeah, I'm gonna remind you of Doug being cool tonight on Comicsgate Live. So thank you all.
And check out Bigfoot Bill and Brand.
Check out Bigfoot Bill, check out Brand, and you guys have a fantastic Saturday. Bye-bye.